It's Homebrew.
Coming at ya.
With a beer review. That's right, and today you got 3 Clements here. My brother Chris, my son Christian, and we've
my
got
brother Kevin.
A super beer as well, besides the super trio.
This is my dad, Kevin.
It's the Jubel 2015 from Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon. They sometimes refer to this as the Super Jubel. This is a strong ale at 10.4% ABV and 55 IBUs. In the past, they sometimes referred to this as Super Jubel. 50% of this is aged 12 months in Pinot Noir barrels.
Oh.
They're also new Oregon oak barrels. This guy likes Pinot wine.
Oh.
We're gonna get this baby cracked open. Yeah, Pinot barrels in this baby.
Pinot barrels.
And I do get red hues coming through with brown on this, so it's not completely opaque.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
That's
it's
a dark
opaque.
beer.
But it's a beautiful, like deep burgundy color.
Well, the
I'm
rose-colored
liking
glasses are even better. But
Yeah, I bet.
that is.
Yeah, I mean.
And the bit of head on this is, you don't have much, but it's a pretty creamy head on there.
That is a good
So
looking beer.
I say
I would
go for
say
it.
it's murky almost.
You drink
in a
it?
way.
Yeah, it might be a little murky. Let's get a
smell
nose.
it.
We're gonna get the nose.
Oh, we have to smell.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah,
look at the
because-
swirl. Look at that lacing.
I know.
Oh my
look at that.
goodness.
Look at that.
All right, here we
If
go.
a good.
That is a. Oh my.
And I get the Pinot.
Man.
You get the oak and the Pinot. That's just a beautiful thing.
And it's a strong ale.
Now let me tell you,
This is an Oregon Pinot.
Oregon Pinot and fresh, like
Bend.
new Oregon oak barrels.
Bend, Oregon.
Is where they brew it, but not where the Pinot is from. That comes from the Willamette Valley. So this beer, the malts are pale, special B, crystal, roasted barley, and flake barley. And for hops, they use Millennium, Nugget, Cascade, Willamette, U.S. Tettnang, and East Kent Golding. So a whole load of hops in there.
Yeah.
But man, the oak, the fresh oak, and the Pinot
Yeah,
is
you get
absolutely the
vanilla smell
star.
off of it.
I get berry. Do you guys get any berry on that?
Maybe cherry.
Besides the,
think there's some
maybe
cherry.
a hint of cherry too. I get berry, I get
I was
cherry,
getting-
a little bit of dried fruits.
Yeah, dried
I was
fruits.
just getting the wine, the
Yeah.
oak barrels, a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit of vanilla in there, and then how deep and probably dense this beer is.
I say
Yeah.
let's jump in and try it, and then we'll see how it
It's
develops.
time to drink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cheers.
boys.
Cheers.
Finally.
This should be fun.
Whoa.
Ah.
That's nice, and this has changed a little bit. It actually has more bitterness on the backside than it was fresh. It's interesting.
Super
Wow.
jubilation, this is good.
Wow.
I want to say rich first of all.
It is
Yeah.
very rich.
You don't really taste the tannins in there. They're kind of there, but you get a lot of the oak, and it is just a massive strong ale.
There's
I
tannin
feel
in it.
like on the backside, besides the hops, I get some heavy tannins from the fresh oak, and I think that lends to this lingering bitterness because it's best at the front and the middle of the beer, but after time
say
it just
that and
leaves a
disagree
bitter
with me.
taste.
I think it's malty, and it's definitely very earthy.
Yeah.
Definitely very earthy and woody in a good way.
The beer is very sweet on the front and is inviting, and then it has all those like malts, and then you start going into like the bitterness and just going to the strong ale portion, and then you hit a little bit of those tannins. Like I said, it to me it doesn't really exist, but maybe to you more. But you get those at the very end, like with a little bit of that oak.
See, for me, it's like it comes on kind of smooth and rich, and then it kind of comes out in the middle, and it kind of explodes with all these flavors. And I start getting the Pinot, and I get this really rich sweetness, and I get a little bit of toffee and caramel flavors coming in as well, but blending with some of these berries and the dark fruit, like some dark cherry going on, and the Pinot flavors and that. But then you go to the backside, and the oak starts coming in, and the barrel character, but there's a lot of layers to this.
Very roasted feeling. Malty roast is in there too.
Yeah, that's definitely because we've got the special B in there, and I know you don't know what that is, but you got the special B, and you've got roasted barley. So between the two of those, but it's got a nice creamy texture, and that's that flaked oats coming in. It's a little bit light, but that creaminess still coats the mouth, and I think that's the beautiful part.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does a great job.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a moment to enjoy this. We'll come back with some final conclusions and numbers. It's going to be gone soon, so we'll be right back. All right, so we've been enjoying this for a little while, and it has developed, maybe changed a little bit. Any characteristics you want to mention that you think have changed as it's warmed up?
I think the wine taste is a little bit more vibrant now that it's warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, I think the dark fruits have come out. Definitely more of a fig, maybe flavor in there. It's rich, still very rich.
I agree with Chris particularly because I think that fig flavors come out, and I think it feels as though the bitterness on the back's toned down, but I think that's more of becoming used to it now, because I still think there's a lot of like bitter and tannins on the backside. So in terms of a strong ale, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna give it a 93. Like, it's got a great strong ale taste to it. I'm not used to the wine, so I took it down a little bit because of that, because that's not in your usual strong ale. But it's definitely a high, ABV strong ale, and definitely has the characteristics to put it out there.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much on track. The sad thing for me is I did have this when it was just released with a buddy. We went downtown, and at the release point, this was better. I got to tell you, it was better. That bitterness on the backside wasn't there. But I have to rate what here's today. So today, I think Christian's kind of nailed it on the 93. It's a beautiful strong ale. I think it really is. It's got some beautiful Pinot on there. You get the dark fruits and the figs picking up. There's just some beautiful characteristics. I get a little bit of toffee on there. I'm loving it. So 93. What do you think about overall?
Overall, for me, I'm going to give it a 90. It's like one of those excellent beers that you want every once in a while. This is a great beer.
Chris, if you were going to go on your ABC rating, pluses, minuses, what do you think about this?
It's pretty intense. It's pretty different. It's hard for me to really, give it a grade. I like it. I enjoy it. I think is a warmer beer, maybe in the wintertime, served warm even, would be really good.
This would be a better winter beer for sure. Yeah. And this is, if those that don't know, it's based on the Jubel Ale, which is a winter warmer.
Well, there you go.
Made by Deschutes. If it tasted like it did when I first had it, my buddy Jim, it would have been a 95. Clearly, it was just, my gosh, it was just fabulous. But with that added bitterness on it and everything, I'm the same as Christian on this one. I'm exactly at a 90. It's still on that bottom edge of excellent. It's above that very good category. But I would say right now, this is the beginning of August, and so of 2015. So if you've got a bottle of this, hold on to it a little longer.
Yeah, wait.
Let it sit longer at this point. I'd say give it 3 or at least 3 to 6 months, 3 minimum.
Yeah.
And see if those tannins will kind of lay down and smooth out for you. Here it is again. This is Jubel 2015 from Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon. Folks, this is a fun one. If you don't have a bottle, I'd grab it, I'd age it. Beautiful beer. What can I say? Life is too short
to drink cheap beer.
And we will see you
on the next beer review.
Dog. He was tasting the beer, and I'm kind of, how many barks? Oh, that's a good one.
That was 4.5 flaps of the year.
4.5 flaps.
That was 4.5 flaps. So
out of 5.
Gives it, now, if you know how I rate on Untapped, that's a 95 score.
That is good. He rates it better than I do.
Beer Dog is kind of a boozer. He's a boozer. All right.
He likes his alcohol, that's for sure.